is the one who was in on that stop on T. Higgins. And then he got up and just went right back down to the ground.
That's not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and just hope that he's going to be okay.
So we'll take another break. Jordan Poyer was able to go tonight. He was iffy. Their only Pro Bowler on this very good defense. Hamlin's taken the place for the injured Micah Hyde. And that is Damar Hamlin. A big piece. Place him back down on the ground, and that's when the CPR was being administered, and it was administered for many minutes here on the field. And then everybody kind of just stood. It was like people were just in shock, and with good reason, especially down on the field. And then when we got the update that within 5 minutes these players were going to start playing football again, we saw Zach Taylor live walk across the field to Sean McDermott. They talked for a moment. The two teams went into their locker rooms, and we are told that if there is any postponement of the game, that will come from New York, from Commissioner Goodell after speaking with these two teams. And like they've been saying back at the desk, Troy, and I think it was said best by Book back there when he said, we're talking about life and death here. We're getting further and further away from talking about football. And you know that these players, everybody down on that field, wants to know the status of Damar Hamlin, which right now we don't have a lot of clarity on before any decision is made to get back out there and play football.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't think the players are going to want to or be willing to go out and take the field until they know that he's okay. You said it. They were administering CPR for many, many minutes, and the Buffalo Bills players were surrounding him, watching it all. I just, as a player and as someone who has teammates and the things that you go through throughout the course of the season, and in some instances, in most instances, these players' teammates they're closer to them than they are some of their own family members. And so there's a lot to it that maybe people just watching the game as fans don't necessarily understand. I just don't know how any of these players can come out and play football tonight.
Let's check in with Lisa.
Well, guys, I can only tell you what I'm able to see and hear back here by the Bills locker room. All of the game officials just came back here. Sean McDermott came out of the locker room, met with the game officials for about 2 minutes. McDermott just went back into the Bills locker room. The officials are still here, but obviously I have no idea what was discussed. I can just tell you what's been taking place back here.
Lisa, thank you. ESPN Bengals reporter Ben Baby says the ambulance left the stadium at 9:25 Eastern. Hamlin's family came down from the stands to be with him in the ambulance, per Bills reporter Elena Getzenberg. We will continue to monitor. We will continue to pray, hold our breath, as we are in a holding pattern with what just transpired on this field here in Cincinnati.